What's up? Got that pump stream going. Crypto is ripping. Only after a 55%, 60% decline, we gonna get excited about like a $3,000 candle. Let's see. From 37,000 to a high of 41.7. $3,000-4,000 day. The new daily candle just opened up at 6 o'clock. Today's candle was massive compared to what we've had. Still not as big as that big red one down, but still building that positive momentum. Big, nice candle. We needed that so bad. Still struggling right here at this previous, just really local area of congestion. Like, this is all local stuff. Kind of got rejected off that little candle low right there. That's not real strength, but you know what I'm saying. It's better than going down. But if we zoom out, it's pretty groovy stuff going. Let's look. I mean, we got some, that's a 4 hour. It looks really nice. The 4 hour, we're above the moving averages right now. That's definitely good. It's always a good thing. On the daily, got a little something going. Nope, it's the weekly I plotted earlier. Is it? Maybe. No, it was the daily. Got a little like hidden bullish divergence ish. If we can, why is my, there we go. On the weekly here, got a low, higher low on price, okay. Then we got a low and lower low on the RSI, so got a little hidden bullish divergence going on with the RSI. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's, I mean, it's positive. I mean, it's a positive directional indicator, but you had this big island on the MACD of negative sell pressure the last time we had this big 50-something% dip. And we've just formed another one on this nasty dip down to make lower levels of negative momentum. So it looks like the sell pressure is just starting to give up. We just need some buyers. We need the Michael Saylors, who's been buying the whole time, but we need him to come in and buy another $1 billion worth if he can find the money. I don't know where he keeps finding this kind of cash to keep pounding it, but he's destroyed it. This dude's got like 125,000 Bitcoin at an average price of like 24,000 and some change. That's pretty dedicated right there. Pretty dedicated. But yeah, the new candle started today. That's really good. And it's open green, so we just needed to keep moving, keep pumping. I mean, 41.82. We needed to get above the 40,000, which was kind of. Let's look. We got this downward sloping trend line that we've been getting rejected off of constantly from the top, from 69K. Look. You know, we've hit it multiple times, couldn't break it, got rejected each time. We tested it, got smashed down. Tested it, got smashed down. We tested it, got pushed down, but recovered with a higher low and finally broke it today. That's on the daily. So we just need to get above these moving averages, get this thing across back. Still a lot of work to be done. A lot of work to be done for Bitcoin to see all-time highs, but definitely a step in the right direction. Exactly what we want to see is it to make some positive movement and start turning some of these indicators to the bullish sentiment side. But some of these altcoins today have been ripping. They've been going nuts with old Bitcoins as it's doing its thing. When Bitcoin succeeds, everybody does. Ethereum, I mean, look, you're getting the same thing here. Same thing, this big, just awesome candle just come up out of nowhere. Pow, right there. It's trying to hold tight at that 3,000 level. We probably need to run on back up there. It's probably going to test that 3106 or so. But we'll need to break out of this downward sloping channel. We'll need to break out of that before anything happens. So let's keep an eye on that. Let's see what else we got for you today. All of your stock indices are garbage. I hate them all. None of them look amazing to me. They just look like more selling on the way. We had to kind of close that gap, and we did. I don't really think that's higher lows. We're making lower lows. That's just a reaction rally. I think there's more downside on the S&P, the Dow Jones, the NASDAQ. Still think right here on the S&P we got to get down to that 39.38 to be able to show a reversal. But it is what it is. Let's look at the US dollar. Man, that's twice now the dollar's broke down below this trend line and somehow managed to recover and get above it. It's the 4-hour. It's got back above it and it's testing it hard. It's testing it hard. There's buyers below that demand line right there. On the daily, we still got a little more work to do. The weekly, it's just holding it. Touch. It's respecting it strongly. So we may get over the next couple of months. We may get the dollar march back up to this line right here, this downward sloping trend line, and if it does, that may be where we get our rejection, and we start our next leg up of the Bitcoin rally. Because I mean, we see what it's done every time. Bam, just crash. So maybe it may take us 6 months. It could take longer. We'll see. But there's no reason why when it gets there, let's just say it's this year. Yeah, I mean, if it follows this line, we're talking about October and November. And crypto could just grind slowly, kind of behind it. But if we hit that and get rejected and start coming back down, better believe we'll have a November to December, like a Santa Claus rally in crypto pretty massively. So this may be a small abbreviated bear market that we got going on. It's getting hard to tell. Bitcoin's doing crazy stuff. Let's look at Shiba. Right here on the weekly, Shiba's finally got a little green candle. It's starting to get that rounded bottom action going on. Losing a little bit of negative momentum, trying to get positive again. So it just needs to keep rocking. We're trying to get back above this moving average because I know a lot of you are big sheep holders. Speaking of, we have the wheel. So what we're going to do tonight, little introduction to the wheel. Every person that joins the stream and every person that comments, I don't care what you comment, you can say, eat it, or I don't care. Whatever person joins the stream and comments, I'll pull the wheel up and you get a spin and we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm already drinking. So we'll take, this will be my shots or get a chance to win that, the 100,000 sheep on the wheel tonight. Let's see if we can take a look at it. There it is. There's 100,000 sheep. This is our drinking game / what up, eat it. There you go, Joe. All right, let me pull the dashboard over here out of y'all's way so I can control this thing and click this spinny part. I had a hot button over here on my stream deck, but when we got deleted, I haven't had a chance to set that up yet. Let's see if I'm Here we go, Joel. I'm going to spin the wheel for you, bro. Oh, you get a free spin. Golly, that's lucky right out of the first person. First person, hold on. Here's your free spin. Don't tell me you're don't okay. Whiskey shot, whatever. I'm drinking it anyway. I'll go get if y'all demand it, I'll go get the bottle of whiskey and we'll do shots. I don't care. It's Buffalo Trace right there, baby. Let's go. There's Gary in the house. All right, Gary. Here's your turn. Everybody gets one spin this stream. Everybody. So, Joe got a free spin. Let's see what Gary's got. God damn. Mother. How has that happened? How is that? Jesus, Luke. Jesus, right there. Come on. Oh. Sorry. So, I've got this set up as more of a drinking game. And then that little sliver right there is just, a little bonus. So, there you go, Gary. You got your spin. Hey, if y'all know anybody else sitting around on the couch not doing jack squat that's even remotely interested in crypto, or I don't care, just they're bored and they're on the YouTube, Crypto Whiskey, look it up. They can get on there, comment. We'll spin it. We're going to spin it for every single person that's got something to say. Everybody that comments gets a spin, and maybe somebody wins it, or I get just pissed drunk and fall out my chair, and my wife and kids step over my body and go on about their day, whatever. But yeah, I was really pumped about the spin wheel situation. I kind of wanted to come up with some kind of trivia type game too. So if y'all, like I said, if you know anybody, go ahead and text them. Let them know, hey, they can win some free crypto by watching the stream and commenting. They'll get they like, subscribe, and all that too. While they're here, it'd be great. I'd really appreciate that. But they got a chance to win some free crypto or watch me get hammered. But let's look at SHIB, man, on the daily. It's been so flat, but it's finally starting to get some action. The 4 hour, getting above some of these little local highs we set. Looking nice. I mean, we all know that SHIB made this run. Everybody's seen it. Surely everybody knows. I was screaming and preaching. I'm not going to get into that, but I was telling lots of people that, they need to dump it, sell it. We'll buy back in later. It's not your last chance in the world to buy back in. So we've made a very significant retrace, but I think SHIB's going to do it again. I think it's going to make a rip again. They've announced all kinds of partnerships and different stuff today, but SHIB is, they've been trying to burn tokens with their NFTs and different products that they're placing out there. And they announced today that they've got a lot more products coming to market now that's going to burn SHIB as it's used. So that's, like I've been saying, is SHIB with some trillion, quadrillion, whatever it is, tokens, it's just virtually impossible. If every physical piece of money in the world went into SHIB, it still couldn't get up there to that $1.10 range. It's just not possible. So they've got to cut the supply. And with some products that every time you use it, you'll burn them, that's a start. I mean, they've been burning them for a minute, just not a lot. It's just, what's a million SHIB when you've got a quadrillion out there? But they're making progress. They're making leaps and bounds when nobody else is. Also, a little bit of news today. We may even look that up. Dogecoin announced that they've got Vitalik from the Ethereum Foundation that created Ethereum. He's working with Dogecoin creators to transition to proof of stake instead of proof of work. It makes it much more efficient, and transaction fees come down. Elon may have been right. I know that mainstream will hate this. It'll piss them off something awful. But Elon could very well be extremely correct with the funniest outcome is probably what'll happen. Dogecoin is pretty efficient. It's already pretty quick compared to everything else, but if they got a proof of stake and get them fees down to nothing, the other day I transferred 20,000 20,000 Dogecoin. It cost me 50 Dogecoin to transfer. That's a heck of a deal. That's, if you've ever transferred crypto at all, you'll know that's a great fee compared to an Ethereum. Right now, if you want to buy one whole Ethereum, jeez, I don't even know what it. I can look it up. I don't even know what the fee is anymore, but it's insane, like stupid amounts of money. So it said, I don't know how delayed this is. It says we have 6 viewers. If you're a viewer on here, comment something and we'll spin the wheel for you and you can win you some sheep. Let's look at it. Let's see if we can figure out what exactly Doge's situation is. Okay. I'm logged in a second. Jesus, gotta go through all that. That's what happens when you disappear for a week. Dogecoin. Yeah, it's tripping, bro. Dogecoin trying to do it. Dogecoin's gonna surprise the crap out of everybody. Watch. It'll be the one to run up to $2 or $3, and people that didn't get out and couldn't get couldn't convince themselves to sell at the 75-cent range, anywhere near there, they'll get their chance. They're gonna get their second chance. It is. It's up there, man. It's ranking number 11. Come on, it's almost in the top 10. That's amazing. That's amazing. But yeah, this max supply right here is what I was looking for. 132 billion. That's not bad. That's not bad at all compared to what we got going on with like the Shiba and all them, the trillions, the quadrillions. See if I can find that Dogecoin news. It's really, really, I mean, that's good stuff. The Dogecoin stuff is really, really, you want to keep an eye on that. It could get nasty. Like you could get some crazy pumps out of Doge when they get transitioned to proof of stake, wherever that's at, whatever time that comes. It could be pretty massive. It's something I wouldn't want to get rid of my Doge right now at all. Anywho, yeah, so on Sheeb, for all my Sheeb lovers, not bad at all. You got a lot of positive stuff going on. RSI is right there in that beautiful range of bullish control. You've got strong level support right there at the 2008 level. So we're probably pretty stout there. Who else been some movers and shakers today? Gary, I know you want to look at Ethereum, which we kind of touched on for a second. Let's see what old Elon has done. Doge Elon fell out of this big triangle, and it wasn't a descending triangle at all. It was a flag, and it fell out, which it can do that at 75% of the way. It did somewhat what it was supposed to do. It's trying its best to get on up there, get back to where it need to be, but you've got a little convergence. Nothing on the 4 hour. On the daily, now on the daily you had some hidden bullish divergence, and it's playing out right now. That daily candle, of course, we've seen them before. We've seen these big pump daily candles before that it didn't manifest in anything, got dumped. But we've had 2 in a row. Here's another daily candle just started at 6 o'clock trying to do something. There's a real chance that this does something that probably sneaks up on you too. They're pushing. They're right on that same par level with with Doge and Sheep. They're trying to do something to be somebody. So everything else, you got Mana's up 6% in the new day. Solana is just been very underwhelming. Very underwhelming. I don't know. I mean, it's the weekly. It's the weekly. A lot of stuff's underwhelming on the weekly. Okay, not much better on the daily, but can we get a monthly chart on Solana, or has it not been around long enough? No, but Bitcoin's monthly chart starting to surprise some people. Get all these drawings off here for y'all. Look at this. OJ, what's up? Is crypto on a real bull run? That's what we're discussing here today. But I'll tell you what, OJ, because you commented and you're on the stream tonight, you get a spin of the wheel. Let me give you a spin. Let's see what you can do with it. Oh, so close. So close to that 100,000 sheep. Awesome. I don't. OJ, tell me what you mean about the real bull run. What does that mean? Is crypto on a real bull run? Because I'm gonna show you. All right, we're in logarithmic. So a bull run of any sort. I mean, I guess you could classify it on smaller time scales, but what you have, and I'll show you on the smaller time scales, a bull run is this. We had a February, you had a 5 or 6 month bull run. A bull run's a prolonged rally with small dips in between. And this is the life of Bitcoin on the monthly chart. So you had bull run, consolidation, bull run, consolidation, bull run, bear market. That I say it's consolidation because it was very short lived. This was prolonged. I don't feel like that's not a bear run or a bear market because it's so short lived. Some people call it, some people don't. But this is bull run, consolidation, bull run, consolidation, bear market, bull run, bear market, bull run. These are not bear markets. It's very common for a lot of assets, including crypto, to have mid-cycle dips because everything has cycles, and you can do your own research on this. That Bitcoin has a 4-year cycle, Bitcoin has a 60-day cycle, it has a 30-day cycle. There's a whole bunch that goes into that, and I know somewhat about the 4-year, the 60-day cycle. Below that, I don't know the daily cycles. I don't care. I don't want to be involved in all that. But so yeah, it's kind of been on a real bull run. But if you want to look at it from this point, I mean, look how prolonged this went from September of 2015 to December. This was almost, I mean, the end of it was like January of 18. So that's a long bull run. That's a long bull run. This was a very short, like mid-cycle pump. That didn't last long at all. I remember when that happened. It was just, it seemed shady and kind of out there. It didn't mean anything. But we want to look from the bottom here. March of 20 to April of 21. I mean, you're right at around a year's run. I don't know, because look, we've had 2-year runs. If you wanted to say this, because it made higher lows, 19, 20, 21, then yeah, you'd be at the end of your cycle. But the fact that it's not dumping 75 to 80%, I don't feel like we have a consolidation phase, which it looks real similar, doesn't it? You see that? Just the kind of whoop, whoop. Look what it's done before. Now, it did go down to crap right here. After we dipped, little pop, maybe that candle right there is what we're getting right there, and then it's only followed by more selling. But look how long it took from November of 14 to September of 15. Less than a year to start another run. So you can't panic. You can't bail on it just yet, man. I really feel like that we're gonna make one more nasty run up and either double top and test this high again, and then we'll dump and we'll be over and we'll be in a 12-month bull market. That's fine with me. That's when you buy. That's when you buy stuff. So as far as real, that's to be determined. You know, you never really know when a cycle starts or ends until after the fact. All the indicators in the world, all the education in the world can help you make an educated guess or a prediction, but you never can confirm a bottom or a top until after it's happened. You know, you can't say, oh, this is 106K, that's the top. You can make educated guesses, but you'll never know until it happens. So I would be cool, patient, wait, let it happen, let it play out. This what's really promising for all of y'all watching. Here's what's really promising. We made this 50+% dip. Look at, I mean, you cannot close out a trend. You can't write off a trend. You can't say Bitcoin's in any kind of trend other than a bull trend, an upwards momentum trend, until it breaks below. It makes a lower low. So far, even though they're on massive scales, it hasn't made a lower low. And this dump right here, I'll have to turn the magnet on for this to make sure I get it right. We had a almost 56% correction, okay? And then what did we do? We made a massive run to all-time highs again. What have we got going on right this second? 52.5% correction. So you can have mid-cycle corrections. They're just, it ebbs and flows of the market. Nothing to panic. I'm not panicking. I think we get to see something like this again. And if all we see is that, I mean, that's a massive. If we only go up to here, double top, make this extra shoulder, and then we just crash, come on, look what kind of percentage gains that is, though. I mean, we're talking about 81% gains. Shit. Where else you gonna get 80% on your money? Where else? Not at the bank. Yep, not in stocks. Unless you just randomly, luckily caught Snap. Snap the other day at being manipulated. Boy, I'm telling you, they blowing up Snap like a truck stop hooker, man. That's a lot of hot air in Snap. That's horrible. I mean, that's garbage. How you can be down 15% one day, up 60 the next? Earnings didn't matter. That was a game. That was a game somebody's playing. I'm not down. I ain't trying to mess with all that. That volatility, people like volatility. Nah, I'm a conservative, patient, methodical investor. I'm a swing trader. I'll play them swings. I don't care what they say is coming, what they're going to, well, the earnings are this, or, oh my God, we kidnapped some kid with a bunch of gold in his pocket. I don't care what they come out with. I'm just, what this chart tells me is what I'm working with. I don't care. I don't care if Elon Musk comes out and said he cured cancer. He's got the vial in his pocket. He coming out tomorrow. If the chart looks like shit, I ain't messing with it. Flat out. I'm not playing a whole lot of rumors. Rumors get you hurt quick. Any other viewers want to make a comment and get to spin the wheel, people? OJ got to spin it. Gary, Joel, they all got to spin it. Anybody else? Look here. Here's the wheel. Right there's your wheel. I know you can't see that, but that's $100,000. That's 100,000 share or coins of Shiba Inu. So all you got to do is comment. Just comment, and you'll get to spin the wheel one time and see if you win it. Worst that happens, it lands on for me to drink or take shots, and I get hammered. Cool. Either way, somebody wins. Anybody want to look at anything else? Come on. Give me I don't care, a stock, crypto, name something. Let's look at Vitor. Somebody spit something out there for me to look at. I look at all this crap all day long by myself. We're looking at this together. There we go. All right, chosen. Spin. He commented, let's spin. You get to drink. If you ain't got a drink in your hand, go make you a drink. But this is really a drinking game. I just have that little bonus in there for when we're all having fun, having some drinks, spinning the wheel. A night like this, Bitcoin's pumping. We're just having a good time watching it get crunk. Somebody can win some sheep. If you had a chunk of money and could put it in one thing, what would it be? Well, Gary, it depends. Do you want to be safe with your money, or do you want to be risky? If you want to be safe with your money, you got Bitcoin and Ethereum. They're always going to be around. They're not going to zero. They're not getting kicked off of anything. They'll always be there. Yes, we'll look at algo. So if you want to be conservative, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Gary, if you want to be if you want to swing for the fences, go get you something really, really speculative and crazy, like a SHIB, an Elon, Doge, something that a Vitor, something that can get a little hype behind it and make massive moves. Wait, I think I've got algo. Do I have it? I do on Coinbase right here. Yeah, I would. I'd say that if you're wanting to gamble, put it in something that can make you insane money. Because right now, I mean, let's say I don't know what you got, but say you got 10 grand, you put it in Bitcoin. What you got? It goes to 100,000. I mean, it's great profit, but this is crypto we're talking about. We're talking about making crazy money. I'll go on the daily. Actually, algo looks really good. Really, really good. What you got is, let me turn off that magnet. Boy, that magnet, sometimes it's great, sometimes it sucks. You got another higher low after just some crazy downturn. Will, I'm spinning the wheel for you too in a minute, Will. Say we've had a 71. We're looking for a 78 to 88% retrace from a high. That's what we're looking for an entry point. It's getting there. It may never get there, but I mean, anything past 60 is great. You want me to remove the wheel? Will? Oh shit. Will, let's spin yours then. Hold on. I'm glad you said that. I got sidetracked. Here's Will spin. Oh, that was so close. There you go. So anyway, back to algo. We're making higher lows. Not quite a 78 to 88% retrace yet. We had some hidden bullish divergence actually playing out on the MACD and RSI right here. And so, I mean, I like it. Locally, it was looking great. So it's kind of just a matter of, I mean, we had a nice candle today. See what it looks like on the 4 hour. Yeah, we just got to get above this little leg right here of all these tops. Get above that. I mean, where can we run to? On the daily, we get past this, there's just a lot of chop. I mean, you could get up there to $1.15. More than likely, you break past this local resistance right now, you're going to hit 129. I mean, it just makes sense for it to test that. And if it did test that 129, that would make sense because it's probably over a 28% rate. Let's see. Actually, yeah, that's where you'd want to be right there, somewhere between that 50 and 62% retrace. Yeah, it makes sense for it to get there. So yeah, algo's looking good. Even out here on the weekly. Well, we're still building negative momentum on the weekly, but we've kind of double top down here, if you see that. Right there where we double bottom. If we start over the next week or two losing negative momentum, then you're going to have hidden bullish divergence on a weekly chart. If you have the patience, if you're a patient man, if you have the time and the discipline to wait, you could be in for a really, really nice treat on algo. I mean, higher high on price, lower levels of negative momentum. What you need to do is start turning around here, and over the next 3 to 5, 6 weeks, something like that, start building, get a crossover, get back right above 40-ish, 46-ish on the RSI, and you could be in for a real surprise and see some massive upside. I mean, if you're patient, you're going to see that 280 range again. Just got to be patient. Patience. Hey, let's look at a stock that's the biggest garbage in the world, has been the biggest disappointment of my lifetime. And I've had some really nasty, crappy, horribly manipulated, rug pull, scammy ass stocks and crypto. And one of the best companies in the world since it's went public has become the biggest scam bot garbage creation on earth. And I don't understand why. I mean, the housing market is not busted yet. It's close. I think it should be any time now. Why is RKT continually, why are they down? Why is it just, every day is a new low? Look, it's a rainbow of lows. And honestly, I did some analysis the other day. We're probably going to like $9, which would be like the ideal turnaround area. But still, at that point, come on, man. Since its IPO, it's down 66%. Since its high, which was manipulated, we're down 73%. This is just very disappointed in that. I wish they delisted. I wish somehow we'd get rid of it. I'm really upset with it. I expected better things out of it. BBIG had that little bit of hidden bullish divergence trying to play out on both levels. Nice. Let's see. Gary says, since most have pumped today, BCT closed out of the downtrend. Do you think that 29 to 31 BCT retests out of the picture? No, never. Never. Bitcoin's taught me that. Never out of the picture. There's never like, oh, we're clear. Let's go balls to the wall. That's, as crazy as it sounds, like that's kind of how like the mentality that whoever's buying and manipulating these prices, that tends to be what they want to see. They're ready for everyone to get crunk and be like, oh, I'm all in. And that's when you get burnt. I lost my ass on that short the other day. And at one point, at 10 times leverage, I was like in massive profits there on like the second day. And I had just all the confidence in the world that we were going to see that again. And we didn't. And I went from being in massive profits to taking a little loss. It's garbage. No, I don't think it's out of the question, Gary. I really don't. I mean, if we continue to lose negative momentum and all this goes as planned, and then we get another rip up, all you're doing is completing the channel there. At some point, if we get rejected, and it's great that we broke above 40K. That's great. But Bitcoin, if you'll look in its history, is really, really bad about giving you these little false breakouts one way or another. Let's see, I'll show you. It messes with you. It messes with your head. It gives you these little false breakouts. And then and then it goes. See right here, falling wedge, bullish as can be. 3/4 of the way out, it broke out. Everybody got so excited, and it went prolonged. I'm talking about we went from $7,600 up to $10,500 on the breakout. We had a $3,000 breakout and turned around and dumped down to $38.50. That's what it does to you. That's what Bitcoin plays those games. So you can't rule it out. A lot of stuff in the market is being just liquidity being created. So people, and that's what a lot of these candles, you see, we've done it before. We had this big pump right here. And at the time we were all crunk, and then it shit again. Shit the bed again. Little nasty dump. We had to pump the dump. It just does it over and over. So it's never out of the question. I hope it is. 29 to 31K in the near future will be out of the questions. When we break above 51.9, we break above that, consolidate on top of it, when we do this number right here, if we see this right here continue to meander, we go up here, we hit rejected a little bit, come back down, test it a second time, go up on top of it, and then retest. Once we retest, if that starts happening, then I'll say, all right, 29K is out of the question for a while. That's for a while. And it could be, we can probably just keep going, and then come back. But by that time, if we get anywhere near 80 or 100K, it would only make sense that 52K, 51K would be a base of support again. Something like that. But no, never out of the question. After back here in 17, when it hit 31,000 or 3,100 and started creeping back up, it'll never go back. It'll never go back below 6,000 again. That was all you heard from everybody in the world, every news agency, everybody who touched it. Oh man, it's going to be that. And guess what it did? It went right back down to 38. Bitcoin, I don't care what anybody says, a lot of stuff, assets don't give you a second chance. Bitcoin gives you a second chance. Realistically, we had a run. There, you had your chance down here to buy. You never get quite as good a deal, but we had a run, that pump. Oh, there was your second chance to catch that wave. So we'll have to see. We just have to take it day by day and see what's happening. KNC. Looking on the daily, it's finding support where it needs to find support. Can't complain about that. Nothing's bloody or nasty yet until we fall below 29K. We're still in the uptrend. So, and this is what assets do. Like right here on KNC. Technically, by all rules of the markets and analysis, until KNC drops below 68 cents, we're still technically in an uptrend. We got some sideways chop. Until it drops below and makes a lower low than that, on the macro, larger scales, we're still in an uptrend. You're just in a consolidation phase. Everything from, now this is the daily. The daily looks garbage on Link. Let's look at the weekly. Let's see here. We had this low and higher low. I thought we was fixing to form some 3 hours and valleys. We got that trying to play out. What do we have here? This is okay. We're getting real close to something like a link being in a prolonged downtrend. But crazy enough, we had the low and the same low on price. So what that is, oh, and we have the divergence. That's a form of bullish divergence. It's it's a class B, kind of a medium strength, kind of one of those. It probably going to go up. It can still hold it. It's better than class C, but weak divergence. If it went down here a little lower, weak's divergence, and that was the same. So it's not dead yet. If it starts seeing more garbage and more dumpage, then it's probably, it's going to end up dead. It's going to be garbage. Anybody else want to spin the wheel? I'm coming up on 48 minutes live. I don't like to go longer than an hour, especially if it's not getting crunk, if there's not people in here, if there's not hype in the chat. Nobody wants to spin the wheel. Nobody wants to talk crypto. Nobody wants to talk whiskey, cars. I don't care. I'm not going to go over an hour. I got stuff to do like drink whiskey, sit on the back porch, watch TV, sell stocks. I don't know. Lots of other stuff to do. But if anybody else wants to spin the wheel, let's spin the wheel. Latest subscriber, recent donation. Oh, how do I do that? That's cool. Dun, 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 dun. Anybody else want to look at anything at all? Apple's garbage. I hate Apple products. That's just me. Trying to look as if there's anything that looked fun. Hey, this one of my followers there on Facebook stuff. Let's look it up. He's been preaching this pets TDH Holdings, and I'm curious. I'm curious what it's doing today. This is the weekly on it. Technically it's like a Shiba Inu. I don't know anything about it much other than, let's see. If we can look locally, nah, you got convergence. Nothing spectacular. But if you like lotto tickets, if you buy scratch offs, you see these big insane spikes it has every once in a while. Now, if you realize that this is the weekly candle, okay? Now we can go to the daily and zoom out and realize those spikes, every one of them are still visible. That means they were one-day candles. They didn't last long. That means they went up the same day they came down. Like this candle right here, which is just, this is a really, really skittish, scammy-ass thing. But this candle went up 82% in a day and then turned around and dumped 82% in a day. Just one trading session. But they happen. If you look throughout there, they happen. So while you're at the bottom, which it looks like this is the bottom. Honestly, you could get when it. Let's pull this a big old line through her. Yeah, it's hit it, bounced across it for a while. On the second test, had a little pumpage. We're testing it again after this massive candle down the other day. We're consolidating. So we had a massive pump. Massive dump. Called a pump and dump for a reason. Anytime this little Chinese company needs some money, they put out news hype, and then they pump it. They sell their shares to you. Everybody says it's going back to $14, blah, 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 whatever. But I got some, and I'm sitting on it. I like lotto tickets. I like scratch-offs. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. Don't put your life savings in it. Don't plan on it ever doing anything. Buy it and throw it in the back. If it does something, then you got lucky. What's it down from the top? Oh, good Lord, it's down 98.83%. It has lost all of its value. So if you're going to buy a scratch-off, you're going to buy a lotto ticket, it can't go, you know what I'm saying? It can't go much further to be at zero. You ain't got a whole lot more to lose. You lose. Cool, but if I was going to buy a lotto ticket, buy a lotto ticket. See what happens. If you can somehow catch one of those, I'll tell you what. Here's how I've thought about it for just a second. Here's how I do it. Let's just see what the typical pump is. You buy it right now, current price 46 cents. You're talking about you get a pump, an average pump, 300%. $500. 250%. 207%. 541%. So here's how I would play this. I'd throw a couple bucks in there since we are testing this level of support. And then I would set a sell limit. Don't be greedy. Don't freaking be greedy. You're trying to wait. Don't wait on a $30. Don't do that shit. If you're going to buy at 46 cents, set you a sell limit at a price that will probably execute if it runs over 200% again. It seems to always run over 200% on these little spikes, but I'm going to help you out. I'm gonna try and give you legit, exact. Yeah, it's so bad that you can't even. We'll have to go a shorter. Let's say anywhere in here. If I was going to count on a pump anytime soon, which they are typically. They're not even around earnings. If you buy pets, I'll look at index. Yeah, OJ, just a sec. If I bought pets today, I'd set me a sell limit at between $4 and $4.30 and be happy with that profit. And if it executes, it does. If it don't stress. Novavax, man, this is OJ. This is something I'm very versed in. Oh, draw gas. Invax. Yeah, I have traded the living crap out of this way back in the day. Actually, a old friend of mine who is an awful trader, but he was spot on with this. When the virus was made big time news in China, he calls me. He's like, "Hey man, I know this sounds like we're just gambling, but." He's like, if it's coming here, it's going to be here. If it's that bad, we need to buy all of the companies that make vaccines, every one of them. Buy all of them we can, as much as we can, and wait. And if they make, he said, any companies that make, like test kits and medical supplies, and that's what we did. So you can bet I kind of was partial to Invax because I got it at some stupid prices. Let's see where it was here. No, that can't be right. I got it worse than that. I'll have to look back at it, but you're at $90. Is it a good buy now? I mean, you're kind of at a level here. I'll pull you a line, man. You're at some major confluence levels. I would probably say here, there. That makes sense. Here's where I would, yeah. Here's the levels. I'm gonna give them to you. I'm gonna hand them over to you. We made this dump right here and found the candle close right there at that consolidated area. So your upside targets for NVAX, I'm not saying it's a good buy because I'm almost positive that I had it at like the $7 or $8 range a long time ago, a lot of it. If you get it down, yeah, I totally did. Yeah, because it got down $3. That's where you should have been in it for this run. But if you're in it now and you want to get in it now, these are your areas to look for. Your next area from here, since we have broken above it, you probably should see 121.95. I would look for that. Some candle closes, a lot of interactions with it. Then 157.53 and 239.08. After that, rocket time. So your upside is looking good. Let me look at, this is the weekly now. We're not talking about overnight. Let me find you what's going on here. I like it. I like that. What I don't like is what happened there. That's kind of giving you that confluence. So we're losing negative momentum, man. But you see, here, I'll zoom in here for you so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. This momentum indicator, normally when you lose that, you get this big, and you get pumps. Went down, you got pumps. Look at that tiny little, almost non-existent green candle right there. And then started building negative again. So we're going to need to make some areas of higher lows. It's going to need to do some work. It's going to need to do some work first. But on a fundamental level, which I try not to even think about, I just don't know if I want to be in any kind of vaccine makers, biopharmaceuticals, medical equipment companies at what seems to be the end of all this. I don't care what in the news says. I don't trust it. We're on our way out of this thing pretty substantially, pretty quickly. You got the CDC coming out saying and admitting some things that they would have, all these channels would have crucified everyone for 6-8 months ago. So I would be hesitant to be involved in it because before that, it was manipulative. There was just lots of just downtrodden garbage. It had a lot of that with some occasional runs. If you're in it, think you'll be okay. You'll get more upside. If you're not in it, I wouldn't say it was where I would want to enter. Preferably, I would want to enter somewhere in the $51 range. U.S. approval is kind of like herpes. Nobody wants them, but, people get them anyway. a panini. You don't want to work in a panini? I like to eat paninis. So crazy. So funny. Big Steve. Big Steve got him a little nurse wife that likes stock. I got me a little nurse wife that invests. Kind of cool. I'm just tired of the world. Yeah, it's pretty Adam. Yeah, it's the just the word. Like, I wish they would. It's getting tired of hearing that shit anyway. Yeah, I have managed to not get the jab, and the only time I wore a mask is when they like not gonna let me in a Kroger's or something. It's been a big joke to me. I'm blown away by all of this. Like, just the shit that we've went through with the technology we have today and the archaic stuff. But we're not gonna get into a whole lot of that. I'll get banned from YouTube or Facebook or Snapbutt, whatever. I don't know. We'll get banned or something. Adam, I'm glad you asked about Adam. Wait a minute, Nicole, I'm glad you commented. Somebody's got to remind me here. OJ and everybody's got their spin. Nicole, you get your spin. Y'all forgot too. Ain't nobody worried about the spin. It's craziness. You get your free spin, Nicole. Let's see what happens. Come on. Oh! Man, you're like the second person to get almost all that. So the little white part of the spinner is 100,000 shiba. Yep, it's passed. This is my drinking game with I threw a little extra something in there with the sheeb. But Adam, we're going to look at that. I'm pretty sure that's not on because I don't look at it a whole lot. Tether to USD. It was on there. I'm just made it on there again. Let's see, Willity. Wow. So this is the weekly on Adam. We have 1, 2, 3, almost 4 dead-on tests of the exact same price of 40. What is this? 44.90. That's a double top. But when you say but on the weekly, and I'm not talking about. Never mind. I like this right here. That way we're starting to show seller exhaustion, and we're making higher lows, trying to recover. What is this looking like on here? Lower, same low with higher lows. Okay, isolated. Yeah, it's just a convergence. It's not quite there yet, but I think it'd be all right. I like it. What's up, Charles? You've been lurking? Charles, man, all you had to do was comment, hey, sorry I've been lurking, and you got to spin the wheel. Okay, I'm going to have to, do that. Am I going to have to start advertising, a day in advance for this, or, hours and hours and hours before I stream? Hold on, Charles, just a second. Just a second, we'll spin your wheel for you. But anyway, no, Adam, Will, I don't think I can complain too much. It's double top, but it just got rejected and made another higher low. And it's going to do whatever. Yeah, it was down almost 50% at one point. It's going to do whatever Bitcoin does. You can go down here and it had the same pumpage as Bitcoin. It did the same thing. You had actually on the local 4 hour, you may have had a double bottom. Boom, boom. You broke through one, and we get above that, you may have a chance to run and get back up to $41. Definitely dig it. All right, Charles, we're going to spin the wheel for you. It's your turn. Everybody, I said everybody who comes to the stream tonight gets a spin for the magic 100,000 shiba. Let's see if Charles is tonight's lucky winner. No, but Charles, I know you got a glass of whiskey in your hand right now. Landed on viewer drinks. Salute. Go ahead and take a big old swaller. Didn't win it tonight. You're always counted, Charles. Always counted in my book, Charles. Charles loaned me this giant rhinoceros genitalia of a mic, and it's so much better than my little mic on the tiny little baby camera. So that's that. Let's look at the horse shit that they call Snap. Come on, man. Craziness. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, so here's a little something. When is this? OJ, until I can, I want to stream every night at a certain time, but until I can get until I get a higher number of subscribers, there's some nights I stream and it's like 2 or 3 people, and yeah, it's fun, but it's not going to be a long stream. I try my best I want to stream between 6 and 7 o'clock most nights, and I'm going to start doing it more and more as we're adding subscribers and followers and all that stuff, because we have a little fun and learn and talk. So I would say it's usually after most people's work hours. I don't like doing it to 5:15. People's driving home. People's got to get kids straightened out and all that stuff. But it's a Friday night, more of a hangout. Charles saw one just by getting drink. So yeah, I really appreciate you coming back, OJ, the second stream. Don't forget, you can follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. And you'll get all kinds of updates on those throughout the day of what the market's doing, what I see, where I've placed trade setups, news in the crypto and stock world. Just updates to kind of stay, because a lot of people can get a little ding on their phone, pull it up, take a look, versus you can't sit and watch news all day. So I try to bring a little bit of education and just try to bring a little bit of value to everyone's life every day in the trading world. But typically I want to do it between 6 and 7 most days. Nicole, this is for you. This is your spell token. Higher lows, lower levels of negative momentum, turning positive. It's holding tight, looking good with everything else. Amazon's insane. Amazon is insane. We had a double top, and what happened after the double top? So perfect. If you're trying to play these swings, Amazon double topped. You had a 28% retrace. I mean, you can't bark at that. And then turn right around. Oh, it's a gap up. I don't like that. I wish they hadn't done that. Them gaps tend to fill. Them gaps like filling. But anyway, so now appreciate it. I've been live hour and 11 minutes. I appreciate everyone who came tonight. Lots more interaction, lots more comments. I love interacting with y'all. I love the comments. I love doing this for y'all. I love doing it anyway. I was doing it before y'all, but the more the merrier. Hope that I brought some value to your life tonight. Appreciate it, guys. Stay tuned for the next one. And we might up the ante on the wheel and add a little more sheep to it. Since nobody wanted this stream, maybe that's what we ought to start doing. If you agree, leave a comment. Maybe we ought to start adding to the sheep spin until somebody wins. Just keep adding. We might just do that. On top of that, I'm out of a drink. So it's time for me to go. And